Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. So, like every day, we have our Bhagavad Gita class now. And as per the instructions of His Grace Bhima Prabhu, the class is in English. So today we are discussing from 7th chapter, verse number 9. Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter, entitled Knowledge of the Absolute, and verse number 9. Those who want to hear in Hindi, they can go backside. Correct? There's a translation. So 7th chapter, entitled Knowledge of the Absolute, and verse number 9. Please chant behind me. Punyo gandha prithvyam cha tejas chasmi vibhavaso jivanam sarva bhutesu tapaschasmi tapasvishu. Punyo gandha prithvyam cha tejas chasmi vibhavaso jivanam sarva bhutesu tapaschasmi tapasvishu. Punyo gandha prithvyam cha tejas chasmi vibhavaso jivanam sarva bhutesu tapaschasmi tapasvishu. Please chant. Punyo gandha prithvyam cha Punyo gandha prithvyam cha tejas chasmi vibhavaso jivanam sarva bhutesu tapaschasmi tapasvishu. Anyone else? Punyo gandha prithvyam cha tevaschasmi vibhavaso jinam sarva bhutesu tapaschasmi tapasvishu. Word to word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. Word to word meaning. Punya, original. Gandha, fragrance. Prithvyam, in the earth. Cha, also. Teja, heat. cha also. Asmi, I am. Vivavaso, in the fire. Jivanam, life. Sarva, in all. Bhutesu, living entities. Tapaha, penance. Cha, also. Asmi, I am. Tapasvisu, in those who practice penance. Translation. I am the original fragrance of the earth, and I am the heat in fire. I am the life of all that lives, and I am the penance of all ascetics. Please repeat the translation. I am the original fragrance of the earth, and I am the heat in fire. I am the life of all that lives, and I am the penances of all ascetics. Purport. Punya means that which is not decomposed. Punya is original. Everything in the material world has a certain flavor or fragrance, as the flavor and fragrance in a flower, or in the earth, in the water, in fire, in air, etc. The uncontaminated flavor, the original flavor which permeates everything, is Krishna. Similarly, everything has a particular original taste, and this taste can be changed by the mixture of chemicals. So everything original has some smell, some fragrance, and some taste. Vivavasa means fire. Without fire, we cannot run factories, we cannot cook, etc. And that fire is Krishna. The heat in the fire is Krishna. According to Vedic medicine, indigestion is due to a low temperature in the belly. So even for digestion, fire is needed. In Krishna consciousness, we become aware that earth, water, fire, air, and every active principle, all chemicals and all material elements are due to Krishna. The duration of man's life is also due to Krishna. Therefore, by the grace of Krishna, man can prolong his life or diminish it. So Krishna consciousness is active in every sphere. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakchuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padkamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gaura Tushe Namah. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishwanu Sate Devi Pranamami Hari Priya. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vashadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Everyone please chant Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare Hare. Vancha kalptarubhasya kripa sindhu bhaivcha patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnebhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna. So, today we are discussing on the 9th verse of the 7th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So, Bhagavad Gita we get from Krishna speaking in the battlefield of Kurukshetra to Arjuna. Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. Shri Radha Ras Bihari ji ki jai. Shri Sitaram Hanuman ji ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So Bhagavad Gita is actually a part of which book? Which chapters? Bhishma Parva. There are how many Parva in Mahabharata? 18. Out of 18 Parva, different sections of Mahabharata, they are known as Parva. So, out of 18 Parva, the middle one is called Bhishma Parva. And in Bhishma Parva, which chapters are Bhagavad Gita? Huh? How many of you are going through Bhakti Shastri? Going through or done? Not happening for you. Only, okay. So Bhagavad Gita is from 9th Parva, that is Bhishma Parva, the chapter number 25 till chapter number 42. 18 chapters. They are known as, that is Bhagavad Gita. So this Gita is actually coming from Mahabharata, Bhishma Parva, chapter number 25 to chapter number 42. Because who wrote Mahabharata? Vyasdev. And he knew very well that people would be interested in politics, current affairs, and whatever is happening, there should be some fight, there should be some politics, and there should be something, like what outside people like, spices. So in that way, Vedvyas wrote in such a nice way. Whole Mahabharata talks about so many things, but he kept Bhagavad Gita exactly in the between. So that if somebody is reading Mahabharata, then they will read Gita and they will get enlightened. And in Bhagavad Gita, so now we know it comes from Mahabharata. And Mahabharata is what? Shruti or Smriti? Mahabharata is Smriti. You know what is the difference between Shruti and Smriti? Shrutis are directly words of Krishna. Like Veda, Upanishad, they are Shruti. And whatever is historical, that is called Smriti. So all the Upanishads, they are Shruti or Smriti? Upanishads. All the Upanishads are actually Shruti. They are Shruti. The Smritis can change. Like you will hear same pastimes of Ramayana with different details. Or same pastimes with different inside story. Climax will be same, but inside story is different. So Smritis will change, but Shruti will never change. So Mahabharata is Shruti or Smriti? It's a Smriti. But Gita is called what? Gita Upanishad. So how come Bhagavad Gita became Upanishad? If it is a part of Smriti, then it should not be. What is written here? Gita Upanishad. So how it come? It is the Upanishad. Of course, in Mahabharata also you will find so many verses spoken by Krishna also. Krishna is regularly interacting with Pandavas. So how come it is now Upanishad, Gita Upanishad? On what strength? Okay. What else? It is the sense of all Vedas, that's okay. What about Srimad Bhagavatam, Shruti or Smriti? Huh? Srimad Bhagavatam is transcendental. So, same pastimes of Bhagavatam you will find in other Puranas with different details. Same pastime with different details. Some were extended, some were changed. So Bhagavad Gita is Gita Upanishad. Actually this is established by Sripad Ramanujacharya. Sripad Ramanujacharya, Prabhupada writes, explains that introduction, that how Sripad Ramanujacharya establishes Bhagavad Gita as a Shruti literature, as a Gita Upanishad, and non-different from any Upanishad. And that's how Sankaracharya has given a verse. Sarva Upanishado Gavo Dugdha Gopal Nandana Partha Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gita Amritam Mahat. If we consider all the Upanishads like a Sarva Upanishado Gavo, if you consider all the Upanishads like a cow, Dugdha Gopal Nandana, who is milking that cow? Krishna, Gopal. Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta, who is the calf? Arjuna. And that's how this Dugdhamritam Mahat, Dugdham Gita Amritam Mahat, that's how this Gita Amrita, which is that essence of a cow or milk, is coming. And it's interesting, when a cowherd man milks a cow, the milk is not for the calf. The milk is for whom? For everyone else. Similarly, when Krishna was all the Upanishads like a cow and is milking, which is Gita, the calf is Arjuna, but it's not for Arjuna. Arjuna is a pure devotee. It's for all of us. It's for us. So that is the understanding. So that's how it is Gita Upanishad, the sense of all scriptures, established by Sripad Ramanujacharya. And there are 3 sections in Bhagavad Gita, first 6 chapters, middle 6 chapters, and end 6 chapters. So the middle 6 chapters are like sandwiched, covered by first 6 and last 6. Because middle 6 chapters, it explicitly talks about Bhakti Yoga, talks about Bhakti Yoga. Interesting thing is that Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Iti guhya tamam jnanam, I am giving you a very, very secret knowledge. Now anyone can come on our book stall, pay 250 rupees, buy Bhagavad Gita, and say it's all open now. So what is the secret? These are codes. We have to go to Guru and understand what's the secret. But Krishna, I am giving you secret. He tells Arjuna, Iti guhya tamam jnanam. It is a secret knowledge. Guhya tamam. Guhya tara and guhya tamam. Guhya means secret. Guhya tara means more secret. And guhya tamam means topmost. So he says this Gita is topmost secret knowledge. and I am giving it to you. Now we have it available everywhere, in the book, in the app, online, PDF. You can search through it. So what is the secret? It is such an amazing secret that one can read the whole Gita and doesn't understand anything, or will not understand anything, So one may read Bhagavad Gita as it is, but he will also remain as it is, because he will not understand anything until unless one approaches a spiritual master. So that's how it is a secret, because one has to approach a spiritual master and learn from a spiritual master. And Krishna says that only a spiritual master can reveal this knowledge. What is that verse? Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprasnena shevaya upadekchanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshina. Approach a bona fide spiritual master, and he can only explain to us Bhagavad Gita. Why he can explain? Because he is a tattva darshina. He has himself seen it. If I have seen something, then I can tell you. If I have not seen only anything, what we can tell? That's why Prabhupada said that our job, especially now if I am here, I would say the job is just like a job of a peon. What does peon do? He takes the envelope from one office and gives it to the other office unadulterated, without adulterating it. That is the job of a peon. So that's, as a preacher, our job. Take the message given by previous acharyas and just pass it on to others without adulterating it. Because Gita can be explained by someone who is tattva darshina, who has seen the truth, who is self-realized. I am not self-realized. So our job is just peon's work. Take and give as it is. So, it is a secret knowledge, topmost secret knowledge. So many times people say, I have read Gita, I have read ISKCON Gita, I have read full Gita, and what do you do? Nothing. What practices you have? Nothing. I have 3 Gitas, I have 4 Gitas. Every day I read one verse of Gita. But what is your personal conduct? 0. That's why one has to approach a spiritual master, bona fide, and learn from him. So, that's top secret, because only a spiritual master can reveal this knowledge. Just like we every day chant in morning in the Guru Puja. What's that verse? Guru Puja. Divya Gyan Hridaya Prakashito. The transcendental knowledge is enlightened in the heart by the spiritual master. Other place we read in Bhagavad Gita itself, where Krishna says, Dadami buddhi yogam tam, and no, one more place he says, Jnana deepena bhasvata. Krishna says, he says, in the heart I give the buddhi yoga, and I destroy all the ignorance, and what else? And I give enlightenment. So one can never understand this transcendental knowledge by his own efforts, but one has to learn from a bona fide spiritual master, and that's why it will be revealed. That's why it's the most top secret knowledge. And middle 6 chapters are again most secret, where it's bhakti yoga. It's Krishna is explaining himself. So these verses which we are going through right now, which is starting from the verse number 8 itself, where Krishna in next few verses explains that how you can experience Krishna in your life. Prabhupada gives a wonderful lecture, and I was just reading that, where he explains it so beautifully. So Prabhupada mentions that people are so attached to material things that they may say, I don't have time to go for self-realization. I have so much of responsibilities, I have some job, I have this, I have that. How can I go for self-realization? How can I give time to experience Krishna? So in these verses, Krishna says that you can see me, you can experience me without any efforts. And as simple as this, I am the original fragrance of the earth. I am the heat in fire. Now who is not experiencing heat in the fire? Isn't it? Anytime if we are cooking, or we are just standing in the sunlight, or sometimes it's too hot. So everyone is experiencing heat. And what Krishna is saying? I am that heat. Correct? And it is explained in the purport. Without this fire, there cannot be any factories and there cannot be any cooking. So even if the most materialistic person can experience Krishna in his life, when the most materialistic person can experience Krishna in his life, if he just follows this, as soon as he experiences heat, it's who's that? Krishna. Further we will read, it is explained in the purport also, that it's because of Krishna we are able to digest our food. What is that verse? Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamasrita Pranapan Samayukta Pachami Anna Chaturvidham. It is because of Krishna each and every individual is able to digest their food. And when there is indigestion, means Krishna is not supplying the sufficient quantity of fire. Because fire is needed in the stomach to digest the food. Correct. And if there is no fire, then what is the problem? Indigestion. So if any individual is able to digest the food, he should immediately think it is because of Krishna. So the heat, experience of heat, it is because of Krishna. Digestion of food is because of Krishna. So even without going for any big austerity, any big sacrifice, in his day-to-day life, one can experience Krishna. Another place, Prabhupada gives the example that one can drink alcohol if while drinking alcohol one thinks that the taste of alcohol is Krishna. If one can maintain that consciousness, then one can even drink alcohol. But our problem is that forgetfulness. We forget. Correct? So, we don't remember Krishna. Jivanam sarva bhutesu. Krishna says, I am the life of all that lives. Many places in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna mentions about his being in the heart. What is that shloka? Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishto. Yeah? Another shloka? What's your name, Prabhu? Narsimha Puja Prabhu is scholarly among us, quoting all the shlokas. In the 18th chapter, this verse comes, Ishvara sarva bhutanam hridaya deshe arjuna tishtati brahmyam sarva bhutani yantra rudhani maya. So he says, I am sitting in the everyone's heart as Paramatma. And other verse where it is mentioned in the 15th chapter, Sarvasya Chaham Hridhi Sannivishto. It's because of Krishna, when we get up, we remember, he is my father, he is my son, he is my wife. If Krishna gives forgetfulness, one will get up in the morning, he will not remember anyone else. He will not even remember the pin of his ATM. He will not remember what bank balance he has. Nothing. It is just because Krishna is giving that remembrance. So he says, I am the life of all that lives. He is the life. If Krishna leaves, goes away, one cannot remain alive. The soul also leaves. Paramatma is there in the Paramatma. Is Paramatma only in the material world or so is in the spiritual world? Is Paramatma only in the material world or also in the spiritual world? What's your thought? That's it. But question is very simple. Is Paramatma only in the material world or in the spiritual? It has got only one answer. Material world or spiritual world. Simple answer. Paramatma is not in the spiritual world. That's what Narsimha Puja Prabhu feels. Any other thoughts? Paramatma is there in the spiritual world or only in the material world? Pakka only in the material world? So somewhere it is written, Paramatma feature is only in the material world. You don't need Paramatma in the spiritual world. Krishna is there already. So he is sitting in the heart as Paramatma, and he is guiding us, he is giving us remembrance, he is giving us forgetfulness, and he is giving us what? What is the third thing? Intelligence. Intelligence, remembrance, forgetfulness. He is sitting in the heart and is giving. And further it is described, I am the penance of all ascetics. What kind of penance? What kind of tapasya? Any tapasya or some particular tapasya? That kind of tapasya which is transcendental. What is that verse in Bhagavatam? Tapo divyam. Tapo divyam putrakayena sattvam suddhed yed brahma saukhyam anantam. That kind of austerity which is transcendental. Tapo divyam. Or which makes us connected to Krishna. Otherwise, if there is austerity to do, who can compete with Hiranyakashipu? The kind of austerity which he did. We cannot even imagine to do that kind of austerity. So, for millions of years, the whole anthill was made on his body. That kind of tapasya was done by Hiranyakashipu, but that's not. It is explained further in a lecture of Prabhupada that Tapo Divyam, the transcendental austerity which brings one closer to Krishna. So this is very simple. In this verse, any individual can experience Krishna in his day-to-day life by just any kind of smell, just like a smell of a rose. I am the original fragrance of the earth. We put one seed in the earth and so many different kinds of flowers come out. And all these flowers have got different fragrance. So in one lecture, Prabhupada is challenging, can any scientist will give him some earth and take out the fragrance of rose from this earth directly? Can any scientist do that? That he can take out the fragrance of earth from the fragrance of rose from the earth directly? Or he can take out the fragrance of marigold from the earth directly? No. One is, but a rose seed is put, a rose plant comes and that flower just sucks the fragrance which is supposed to be of rose. Another flower is put, that flower sucks the fragrance of only that particular, like marigold is there or any flower. Only that particular fragrance is taken from the earth and nothing else. So that experience itself is Krishna. So scientists, they are spending hours and hours in the research institute doing researches about the nature. And Krishna says, I am that. I am the fragrance. I am the heat in fire. I am the life. So it is so easy for any individual to experience Krishna by learning those verses. Who doesn't drink water? And Krishna says that I am the taste of this water. So anytime we drink this water, anytime we feel satisfied, our thirst is quenched by drinking of water, whom shall we remember? Krishna. How much we do that? Not so much. But that's what it means to be Krishna conscious. Anytime the food is digested, Krishna. So like that we can, in our day-to-day life, we can experience Krishna every moment. And of course, by chanting of Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And you have to understand that this world is meant only for the whose enjoyment? Krishna's enjoyment. One reporter asked Prabhupada, this world is for for what purpose? And what did Prabhupada said? It's for enjoyment. But Krishna's enjoyment, not our enjoyment, correct? So, this all creation is for Krishna's pleasure, and we are parts and parcels, and we have to just, that's what is meaning experiencing Krishna. When one time, when Prabhupada asked, somewhere in Mumbai only, I think this past time happened, when Prabhupada asked disciple, why do you believe in Krishna? Someone was quoting Gita, someone was quoting Bhagavatam. Prabhupada saying, no, but I don't believe Gita, I don't believe Bhagavatam, I don't believe this, I don't believe. Then finally one disciple said, yes, I believe in Krishna because I can experience Krishna in my life. So it is all about experience, Just like we have experienced Gulab Jamun, then yeah, it is really good. We choose sometime, I want this sweet only. Similarly, if we experience Krishna in our life, we will never give up Krishna consciousness. So we should try to experience Krishna by going through these verses, by chanting the holy name, and try to meditate on this, contemplate on this, that how Krishna is there in our life. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai Gaur Premanande.